Good morning, Eagles. It is just a beautiful Thursday morning here in the studio. The date is January 10th. I'm your host, Wilson Bean.
And I'm your host, Alex Neiman.
And today is my last day hosting the Deloro News. Heartbreaking, I know.
He is the undisputed best news host.
But all good things have to come to an end. Now, don't get too sad. We've got a show to get through.
And it's going to be a good one.
So for the last time, I'm happy to throw it over to my boy G. Roth for a quick peek into the world of Deloro sports. Good morning to Garrett.
What's up, Deloro? Garrett Roth here with another sports update. Today we got Frosh girls basketball at Rockland at 4, and we've got boys basketball, Frosh at 5:30, and JV at 7 at Rockland as well. That's all we have for today in sports. Now back to Alex and Wills.
Thanks, Garrett. Now we're going to run through some announcements. The Deloro Parents Club has generously provided a limited number of scholarships to help reduce AP exam costs this year. These $30 scholarships will be made available to all current year AP students. $30 is a pretty sizable chunk of that exam fee, but there are only so many available. These scholarships are on a first-come, first-served basis, so sign up for one starting 9:15 a.m. today, Thursday, January 10th. AP students requesting a scholarship must come to the College and Career Center in person to pick up a coupon. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Eagles, your spring sports, baseball, stunt, boys golf, softball, swimming, boys tennis, track and field, and boys volleyball will be starting on Monday, February 4th. You must have your spring athletic packet submitted and processed before you can try out. Don't procrastinate and be that guy on the sidelines watching everybody else try out. Packets should be turned in by now, so if you have any questions or need help with the process, see Miss York in the front office.
Hey, senior boys, Mr. Golden Eagle applications are out. Anyone interested can pick up an application in the leadership room. Please, if you're interested in doing it, go ahead and apply. These apps are going to be due on the 17th.
And for all you youngsters out there that don't know what Mr. Golden Eagle is, think Miss Universe just with Deloro senior boys, and we couldn't book Steve Harvey. Also, for all you eaters out there, the food cart outside the computer lab will not be in service tomorrow, January 11th. Gonna have to hike it on out to the calf for this one.
Attention, all girls interested in stunt. Come to the wrestling room this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. to check out the fastest growing sport in America. No experience required. Come check it out.
The Women's Athletic Club is looking for some help with packing for their Peru project bags. Anyone is welcome to help, but club members in particular. This is a fun way to get some of those community service hours in. Meet in room 406, Mrs. Isaac's room, today during lunch.
WAC is also having their next club meeting this upcoming Monday during PLC time. They'll talk about the upcoming Women's March in Sacramento. If you're interested in marching with them, make sure to go so they can get you all signed up.
Eagles, Neiman, it's been a fun ride. We've had a lot of good times.
Couple bad times.
Couple bad times here, too, on the Deloro News, but man, I loved every second. Getting world news canned, Faker, Florida, the best bit in this program's history.
The time we wore blue vests and spoke as unenthusiastically as we possibly could. Or the time we covered the California wildfires and made insensitive jokes about it.
The introduction of Deloro News original programming and its first showing are pièces de résistance, the potty press. It's sad, and it's kind of like The Office. The rest of this year may feel like seasons 8 and 9. You still got Jim and Dwight and good old Pam, but none of them are Michael Scott, are they?
And at the end of the day, as hard as he may try, John Krasinski is no Steve Carell. That's the most universal reference we could come up with that we figured most people would understand. So if you don't get it, shame on you.
I mean, there's only so much you can do to spice up a 6-minute news show, but we always tried our darndest, and we hope we made your mornings just a little bit better. Now, been a lot of talk around town about who's going to be replacing me, and word is a few celebs have thrown their hats in the ring, both local and global.
Danny DeVito just faxed in his application yesterday to replace Wills as my co-host. When asked what he could offer as an anchor, his only argument was that he is the same height as me and they wouldn't need to adjust the seats or the cameras at all.
A compelling argument to be sure. Whoa, this just in, it looks like everyone has the say in the matter. Here's a tweet from our Commander-in-Chief himself.
Heard that Wills will be leaving the show. Sad. I could do the job twice as well. It is time this fake news media had a real reporter.
Looks like he's trying to chain another tweet onto that. I don't think he understands the reply function on Twitter at all. Let's read it. This just in.
Our country is doing well in so many ways. Great job numbers, rebuilding our military, strong economy, GDP is up. Oro News, on the other hand, is slipping soft. May have to incentivize the Dems by keeping government shut down until I am made host. No more nice guy.
Definitely the firmest candidate of the bunch. Look out for that guy around campus.
A few other big names have thrown their hat in the ring. Something you may not know about Wills is that he has a few celebrity lookalikes.
That's true, Neiman. In fact, Ellen DeGeneres has actually expressed interest in taking over the Thursday show, but she's not the last celebrity gunning for my spot. In fact, one or two people may have said over the years that I bear a striking resemblance to the deer from Open Season. Whether or not that is true, you can take this to the bank. Elliot is auditioning to be an anchor.
So many heavy hitters in the ring, but we haven't even touched on the local A-listers.
Goodness.
Dan Gallardo is the top contender at the moment, but personally, we're bigger fans of first-team All-Metro football player Dawson Hurst, who's expressed interest in breaking into the entertainment sector.
Of course, a lot of others want in. You can have your shot at the job too if you audition next week, but don't bother if you're not TV worthy. We here in the studio strive to maintain a high level of professionalism.
You know, we've only been doing the news for a couple of months, but even in that short time, I've seen Wills put so much passion into everything he does for the show. Whether that's adding one-liners to the script or staying up late rehearsing over the phone, he puts his characteristic humor, his wit, his charisma into every broadcast. Now, I'll continue being an anchor on the show for the rest of the year, and I'll need a co-host. I really can't think of a single person on campus that has the same dynamic energy, same flow that Wills does. Things are going to be a little different. A lot different, actually, without Wills on the show. So, I think, on behalf of myself and the entire school, I'd like to say thanks. We're going to miss you. Now, I think Wills has one final announcement to make.
All right. Shout out Chicken Joe's, Cross Country Boys, Mormon Gang, AP Euro Gang, Carl Azu, Smyrna Gang, Free Bobby. Thank you to our tech team, Gavin, Brady, Ethan Vosberg. Thank you, Mr. Jeffries, for making it all happen. Follow me on Instagram, @WillsBean. Add me on Snap, @Wills_B. For the last time, that's all we have for you today. I have first block off, so I'm going to Chick-fil-A. Thanks for watching, and you stay golden, Geagles.